physical setting, that is the location of India, where we will be discussing about Indian borders, its neighbors, all this stuff, and latitudinal and longitudinal extent of India, boundaries of India. So these things we will be discussing in this video. So first, starting with today's topic is location and physical setting of India. Okay, so in this topic, as I told you, we will be discussing the topics like of India, in which hemisphere India is located, the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of India, what are the extreme points of India, boundaries of India, which countries share borders with India, and about the Tropic of Cancer. You know, the Tropic of Cancer passes through India, through 8 states. We'll look into that 8 states, and we'll also look into Indian Standard Time, how we calculate Indian Standard Time. Already we have discussed this in the topic called latitudes and longitudes in the world geography. Once again, we'll revise that, and then we'll look into the number of states, union territories, recent adjustments, okay, and India's maritime border and islands. We'll look into India's neighbors. So these are the topics that we're going to cover in this video. This topic, location and physical setting. Geographic divisions of India. So in India, we have 6 major physiographic divisions. Okay. So in politically, you know that India is divided into 28 states and 8 union territories, right? And physically, based on the mountains, plains, plateaus, coastal plains, islands, deserts. So we can classify India into 6 physiographic divisions. That is the Great Northern Mountains, that is the Himalayas. Okay. Second, the Indian Plains, the Great Indian Plains. Okay. And second, the third thing, that is the Peninsular Plateau of India, where we will study about the different plateaus of the country, and we'll also discuss about the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. And then the coastal plains, Eastern coastal plains and Western coastal plains. And we'll also discuss about the islands. We have 2 island groups, that is Lakshadweep Island groups and Andaman Nicobar. Okay. And we have Thar Desert, that is the Thar Desert. Not entire Rajasthan is a desert. Northwestern part of Rajasthan is desert. We'll be discussing about all these physiographic divisions in our second topic. And then Hemant turnover volume. Okay. Then we'll discuss climate of India. So where we'll be discussing about the seasons in India, how monsoons bring rainfall, what is the rainfall pattern in India, and the local winds like Lu, and what we'll discuss about each season and the climatic conditions in each season and rainfall pattern of the India. Okay, and then we'll discuss about the river system. So India has 2 major river systems, Himalayan river system and Peninsular river system. Himalayan rivers like Ganga, Brahmaputra, Indus, these rivers originate in Himalayas. Okay, and they are perennial nature, they flow throughout the year. They have sufficient water throughout the year. But whereas in the peninsular rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Mahanadi, these rivers are peninsular rivers which are rain-fed. They get major source from rainwater. So that's why they fill from June to October, November up to the monsoon period, and then they become dry. Okay, so we'll discuss about each river in detail, important river, their tributaries, important dams construction on it. Okay, and if any project that is in news, and then we'll discuss about fifth topic, that is natural vegetation and wildlife. India lo unna aduvulu mariyu వన్యప్రాణుల సంరక్షణ కేంద్రాలు కానీ రాష్ట్రీయ ఉద్యానవనాలు, the national parks, wildlife sanctuaries. These things we'll discuss under wildlife. And in natural vegetation we'll discuss about the forest, the types of forest that are seen in India. So generally in India we have thorn type of forest where you find in deserts. Okay, we have evergreen forest, evergreen rainforest in Western Ghats and Andaman Nicobar region. Okay, and in majority part of the country you find deciduous forest where trees shed their leaves. Okay, and in the Himalayan part, as you move to the higher elevation, you find temperate vegetation, and if you move to more than 6,000 meters or something, you find tundra type of vegetation. Okay, so based on the climatic conditions, its altitude, latitude, and rainfall pattern in that region, the forest cover, the type of forest is defined. So we'll look into that aspects, and then we'll also look into the wildlife aspects. Basically, these things covered under wildlife and environment, national parks, biodiversity hotspots, biosphere reserves, okay, tiger reserves. These things will be covered under environmental classes, wildlife. Then soils of India. So according to ICAR, Indian Council for Agriculture Research. So this ICAR has classified the Indian soils into 8 types. So we look into these 8 types of soil, what their texture, color, their chemical composition, and which type of crops are suitable for that particular soil. For example, black soil is more suitable for cotton. Okay, alluvial soil, most fertile soil, majority type of crops can be grown in this region. Red and yellow soils, saline soils, peaty soils, okay, forest soils. So these things, these soils will be discussing, and their distribution also, where they are located. Okay, these all things comes under the India's physical geography. Okay, and how we apply this, how this Indians are interacting with these features and how they are making their livelihood, how they are running economy, that is, and how, the population and the statistics comes under human geography. Okay, so here agriculture, what are the major crops that are grown in India, distribution of these crops, which states leads in which kind of crops, which state is known for what crop, and what are the climatic conditions for crops. Like for paddy, you require more than 100 centimeters of rainfall or it should be supported with irrigation. Okay, tropical region. And if you talk about cotton, so black soils are most suitable for them. Okay, moderate rainfall is enough and timely irrigation. But when you talk about the crops like the ragi, jawar, these things are rain-fed, but they can sustain just with the rainfall. You need not provide great irrigation source. But for like crops like paddy, sugarcane, you require water. And for example, plantation crops like tea, coffee, okay, they need to be grown in hilly areas only. Okay, why they need to be grown in hilly areas? Because rainfall, water should not stagnate. Water ko chota agi podu. And killiki is a flow gaval. And they are also grown in the elevation of around more than 600 or 700, 800, 900 meters elevation, especially in the Western Ghats region, the Assam hills, tea, coffee are grown. We will look into each topic likewise. And then distribution of key natural resources in the country. Resources like coal, iron ore, okay, limestone, bauxite, oil and natural gas. The recent one, you kind of uranium resource. So these all the natural resources we'll be discussing here. Okay, energy resources in the country. And then of course the distribution of industries in the country and the locational factor responsible for the distribution for the country, for the kind of industries in the country, that is called the cotton textile industry, okay, the chemical industries and the recent IT sector services. So these especially will focus on the agro-based industries, their challenges and all. And then demography of India, that is nothing but the systematic study about the population studies of India, that where we will be discussing about the density, population of the state, density, okay, sex ratio, and the concept of IMMR, infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, okay, life expectancy rate, literacy rate, okay. So all these aspects will be discussing at a demography. Okay, so this is introduction to Indian geography. So this topics comes under the human and economic geography, and these things comes under the physical geography field. Where we will be discussing about physiographic divisions, soils, vegetation, rivers, climate of India. And where in the human geography part of India, where we will be discussing about agriculture, industries, key natural resources, demography of India, all this. Okay? Yeah. So let us start with the first topic, that is location and physical setting of India. So if you look at the map of India, you can notice that in northern part of India you can find Himalayas, okay, and on the western side you find Arabians, and east side you have Bay of Bengal, and in south you have Indian Ocean. Okay, so India is called as peninsula. Why? Because plateau, the southern region is a proper peninsula. It is covered by water on three sides and land on one side. Okay, that's why called peninsular plateau. Okay, so this is about the boundaries of India. So what are they? North you have lofty Himalayas, and the west you have Arabian Sea, and the east you have Bay of Bengal, and the south you have Indian. Okay, and India is called as, in the international news or in the organizations, it is called as South Asian country. India is a South Asian country. Enduku South Asian country antam manam ikkada? You know this is Asia, right? So where do you find India? In the southern part of Asia. So that's why the Pakistan, India, okay, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, all these countries are called South Asian countries. So that's why there is an organization called as SAARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. So India is a South Asian country. These countries are Southeast Asian countries. Okay. So further clarification, watch map pointing videos. We already covered that in map pointing series. So South Asia, India is a South Asian country. And which hemisphere India is located? Yeah. So you know this is 0 degree equator does pass through India? No. It is close to India, but it does not pass through India. So it is above the equator. So that we know that equator divides the earth into two equal hemispheres, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So India is completely in northern hemisphere. It is close to equator, but is completely in the northern hemisphere. And talking about the longitude, the 0 degree longitude passes through Greenwich in London. So it divides the earth into two hemispheres, western and eastern. So longitude wise we are in eastern hemisphere, latitude wise we are in northern hemisphere. And regarding latitudes and longitudes, we have already detailed discussed about this in the basic concept of geography. Please watch that video if you have any confusion. Okay, so India is located in northern hemisphere. When you consider latitudes, when you consider longitudes, eastern. So that's why whenever you talk about the longitude passing through India, you should always know with the letter E. West side we should have looked with E. And when you are talking about latitudes, you should always denote the letter with North, N, because it is located in northern hemisphere. Okay. So we'll come to the latitude and longitudinal extent of India little later. So technically speaking, can I call that India is in northeastern hemisphere? Northeastern hemisphere. Okay. Southern part of Asia. So that's why it's called South Asian country. So northeast country, this is equator, this is 0 degree longitude. So India is located in the northeastern hemisphere and southern part of Asia. Clear? So you already know what are latitudes and longitudes. There's a separate video on this, right? Latitude and longitude. So latitudes in general, simple definition of nothing but the lines drawn parallel to the equator from west to east are called as latitude, and longitudes are nothing but No, they are not pole. They are not parallel to each other. They meet at pole. So they run from north to south. This thing, longitude. So you know that the latitudes and longitudes combinedly help us to understand about the location of a region. Coordinates antam kada. So that thing, but coordinates are nothing but the latitude and longitudinal point of that particular region. So whenever you search for a place in the map, okay, they'll show you the latitude and longitude reading. So understanding this latitude and longitudinal extent of India is also important. You know the important latitudes, the Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, North Pole and South Pole. So if you look at the latitude that are passing through India, if you can notice, the Tropic of Cancer is passing through India, almost from the center of India. Okay, so India is above the equator. Okay, so basically India is in which region? It is in tropical region. It is in tropical region. So that's why most of the period in the year it is hot and humid. Hot winter. ఎందుకు temperatures అనేది మనకి జనరల్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి. Summers ఎక్కువ in general గా కూడా it's not like chilly winters at all, especially in the tropic region. So India is a proper tropical country. Though northern part లో కొంచెం ఇక్కడ రీజన్ ఉంది, ఈ సబ్ ట్రాపికల్ రీజన్ వచ్చినప్పటికీ, though this region comes as subtropical, but we have what we have here, Himalayas. So the region down south of Himalayas is completely tropical region. So what is the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of India? Very important point. Okay, the southern latitude. So India is located between the southern latitude here. Very important point. 8 degrees 4 minutes. So each degree is divided into 60 minutes. So 8 degree 4 minutes is the southern latitude of mainland of India. Okay, and in the north, the north latitude is 37 degrees 6 minutes. 37 degrees 6 minutes. Okay, and on the west it is 68 degrees 7 minutes. Okay, and on the west, on the east, 97 degrees 25 minutes is the eastern longitude of India. So you can notice here. So what is the eastern longitude of India? Southern latitude of India? It is 4 minutes, but you have to indicate with letter N. Namisphere. Okay, and the northernmost latitude of India, it is 37 degrees 6 minutes. It is also, you have to indicate with north. Okay, now one point to remember here in this point is, the mainland of India is 8 degree 4 minutes, close to equator. But there also we have island group called Andaman and Nicobar group of islands. Okay, so the Andaman and Nicobar group of islands are down south of India's mainland. Okay, so if you consider the Andaman and Nicobar islands, the lowest point is here 6 degrees 45 minutes. అర్థమైంది నేను చెప్తుంది. మనం కన్యాకుమారి వరకు తీసుకుంటే కదా 8 degrees 4 minutes, కానీ మనం కింద అండమాన్ నికోబార్ ఐలాండ్స్ ఇంకా కిందకు ఉంటాయి. So if you take it to 6 degrees 45 minutes. What is the northern region? 37 degrees 6 minutes. So this is the latitudinal extent of India. And what is the longitudinal extent of India? 68 degrees 7 minutes to 97 degrees 25 minutes. Very important. How to remember this? Put this code as your password. Okay, phone password with Kondi 37684. Okay, ఇంకా బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్ పాస్వర్డ్ పెట్టుకోండి 6879725. ఓకే, పెట్టుకుంటారా? పెట్టుకుంటే అందరి పాస్వర్డ్ సేమ్ అవుతుంది, ఈజీ అయి. బట్ ఎనీవేస్ ఈజీ టు రిమెంబర్. ఈ నంబర్స్ మనం ఎక్కడ వాడుతూ ఉండాలి, అప్పుడు మనకి ఈజీగా గుర్తుంటుంది అట్లా. కానీ ఇక్కడ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవచ్చు. సరే, అది కొంచెం కష్టమైన గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సింది ఉంటే 30 యాడ్ చేయాలి. ఇక్కడ నియరెస్ట్ ఫిగర్ అక్కడ, ఇక్కడ కూడా 30 చూడండి. 68 ప్లస్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 30 97, అంటే 68 కి 98 రావాలి, ఆల్మోస్ట్ 30. ఇక్కడ కూడా 8 ప్లస్ యాడ్ చేసి 38, ఆల్మోస్ట్ 30. సో ఇట్లా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవచ్చు. కన్ఫ్యూజన్ అనేది నంబర్ లో వేరియేషన్స్ ఉంటే యూ కెన్ ఈజీలీ. అండ్ బట్ రిమెంబర్, వెన్ ఎవర్ యూ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ఇట్ షుడ్ బి ఎన్ latitude. When you are talking about longitude, it should be E. Western most longitude అన్న ఈనే, ఎందుకంటే ఇండియా is in the eastern hemisphere, longitude was clear. Now let us look at the extreme points of India. Extreme points of India, the highest, lowest, westernmost and northernmost and easternmost. So the northernmost point of India is Indira Code. Okay, we have a mountain range called Karakoram. So in Karakoram we have the point called Indira Code. Indra Pole is the northernmost point of India. Now what is the southernmost point of India? It is Indra Point in Nicobar Group of Islands. It is the southernmost point of India. Now what is the westernmost point of India? The westernmost point of India, you know, this is Kutch region. In Kutch region there is a place called Gaur Moti. Gaur Moti. This is the westernmost point of India. Then what is the easternmost point of India? There is a village called Kibutu village in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. So this is the easternmost village. And here it be related to current affairs. So Kibutu village, we have started a program in Kibutu, that is Vibrant Village Program. Vibrant Village Program. We have started this program in Kibutu village of Arunachal Pradesh. What is this? Developing bordering villages. Developing bordering villages, so that they will not indulge in the extreme activities. Extremist activities. Getting my point? Anyway, so Kibutu, easternmost, westernmost is Gaur Moti, and othermost Indra Pole, and southernmost Indra Pole. Okay, if you consider the southernmost point in the Indian mainland, it is Kanyakumari. Mainland islands we consider just the Indra Point, or it is also called Pygmalion Point. Pygmalion Point. Okay. Now, what is the highest most point in India? What is the highest point in India? Himalayan mountain range adi. Place point enti. Not K2, not Mount Everest. I'll explain why. See, the highest point in Himalayas is Mount Everest, but it is in Nepal. The highest point in Himalayas is Mount Everest, but this is in Nepal. Okay? Mount Everest is located in Nepal. Okay? Now, 8848 is the elevation of Mount Everest. After that, the elevated point in India is K2. Godwin and Austin Hunter. But this K2 is in POK. It is in POK, Pak Occupied Kashmir. K2. Okay? If in the examination, if there is no option of K2, you have to choose the next highest peak, that is Kanchenjunga. It is in Sikkim, and here we have Kanchenjunga National Park also. 8586 is the highest peak in India. Kanchenjunga, highest point. Now, what is the lowest point in India? The lowest point in India is the place called Kuttanad in Kerala. It is the lowest point, -2.2 below sea level in Kerala. Okay, so this is about the extreme points and the lowest and the highest points in the country. And you also know what is the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of India. What is the latitudinal extent of India? What is the southernmost latitude? 8 degrees 4 minutes. If you consider the Andaman Nicobar, it is 6 degrees 45 minutes. 6 degrees 45 minutes. Here 37 degrees 6 minutes. This is latitudinal extent of India. What the letter I have to indicate with? N. Then here 68 degrees 7 minutes. Okay, and the easternmost, and what the letter is? W. It is E. West, but you have to use the letter E because India is in the eastern hemisphere. The longitude passing through India is always the east, and here 7 degrees 25 minutes east. If the west ankoni west rayaddu, if south ankoni south rayaddu. You have to indicate all the N when you are left of latitudes and east. Clear? Yeah. Coming to the time zone of India. So we have detailedly discussed about this time zones and latitude and longitudes topic. Okay? Yeah. So generally we use longitude to calculate the time of that particular region. Yes or no? Yes. But considering India, if you look at the westernmost point of India, it is 60 degrees 7 minutes. Easternmost point of India is 97 degrees 25 minutes. How much is the difference? Almost 30 degrees is the difference. 30 degrees is the difference. And you know that in time zones, simple calculation. So Earth take 24 hours to cover. How many longitudes are there? 360. 12 hours? 180. 6 hours? 90. Okay. 3 hours? 45 degrees. 1 hour? 15 degrees. 60 minutes? 15 degrees. So that's mean 15. Ones are 15, fours are. So Earth takes 4 minutes to cover 1 degree. To cover 1 degree. You know this calculation, right? We have detailed discussed about this in latitude and longitude topic. So Earth covers, to cover 1 degree, Earth takes 4 minutes. Or every 4 minutes, Earth covers 1 degree. You know this. Okay. If it is starting from one point, once again to come that point, it takes 24 hours. You know this, right? Now coming to the India, you know that India is a vast country where the longitudinal extent is almost 30 degrees. Yes or no? But if you start to have each time zone for each longitude or for every 10 degrees difference, you calculate the time, it will lead to problems. Because we are only one single country and we want to always keep country united. India is union of states. Okay. In most of the aspects, in the constitutional aspects, center is strong. Okay. State cannot be formed. New states cannot be formed, or the states cannot be merged with the other country without the permission of parliament. Right? So, in order to maintain the unity in the country, though we have the 30 degrees difference, we only follow one time zone. So, how there is a difference here? For example, sun rises in the east, right? So, eastern parts are always ahead in the time than when compared to western part. So, technically speaking, purely going by longitudinal time zone aspect, let us assume here in Arunachal Pradesh, the time is 8 a.m. 8 a.m. What will be the time here? Almost 30 degrees difference. 30 degrees, 15 degrees, 1 hour. 30 degrees, 2 hours. So almost 2 hours difference. So it will be, what will be the time here?
10.
Not 10. I don't know whether.
Minus.
It will be 6 a.m. What will the time? 6 a.m. Okay. If Prime Minister says that I am going to have a meeting at morning 8 o'clock, వీళ్ళు 8 కాల్ చేసి పెట్టుకుంటారు అనుకోండి నార్త్ ఈస్ట్. ఇక్కడ వెళ్ళి 6 అవుతుంది. ఆ 6 8 కాల్ చేసే లోపు మీటింగ్ అయిపోతుంది. గెటింగ్ మై పాయింట్? సో ఇట్ లీడ్స్ టు ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఇన్ ది కంట్రీ, ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఇన్ ద రైల్వే జోన్స్, రైల్వే టైమింగ్ జోన్స్. చాలా ఆల్రెడీ ట్రైన్స్ లేట్ టైంకి రావు, మళ్ళీ టైం జోన్స్ అంటే కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే. సో ఇండియా కంటే ఇండిపెండెన్స్ కంటే ముందు మనకు 2 టైం జోన్స్ ఉండేది. నార్త్ ఈస్ట్ ఒకటి, ఇండియా ఒకటి. దట్ ఈస్ ది చాయ్ బాగన్ టైం అంటారు. మళ్ళీ తర్వాత ఆఫ్టర్ ది ఇండిపెండెన్స్ వి ఓన్లీ ఫాలోయింగ్ వన్ టైమ్ జోన్, దట్ ఈస్ ఇండియన్ స్టాండర్డ్ టైమ్ జోన్, IST. యు నో దిస్. ఓకే. సో ఎలా చేస్తారు ఇది? 68 కి 15 యాడ్ చేయండి. 68 కి 50 యాడ్ 15 to 68. వాట్ విల్ ద నంబర్? 30 యాడ్ చేయమని. 30. 68 కి 30 యాడ్ చేయండి. 98. 15 యాడ్ చేయండి. 68 15 యాడ్ 83 కదా. ఓకే. ఇప్పుడు 97 కి 15 మైనస్ చేయండి. 97 కి 15 మైనస్ చేయండి. సబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ 82. ఓకే. 82 88. సో ఈ రెండింటికి మధ్యలో ఉండాలని 82 తీసుకోవాలి, 83 తీసుకోలేదు. 82.5 degrees. సో ఇది రెండు లాంగిట్యూడ్స్. సో టు చూస్ వన్ లాంగిట్యూడ్ బిట్వీన్ దిస్ టూ, ది కామన్ వన్ మిడిల్ పార్ట్ is we have come up with the 82.5 degree east as the Indian standard time zone. అర్థమైంది ఎందుకు 82.5 అది 81 ఎందుకు కాదు, 83 ఎందుకు కాదు? సో ఇండియన్ స్టాండర్డ్ టైం, in order to calculate the Indian standard time, you have to consider 82.5 eastern longitude. Now come to our basic calculations. GMT is used, Greenwich Mean Time is used to calculate the world time zones. You know this. Okay, and India is in the eastern hemisphere, right? East longitudinal, right? Eastern hemisphere. So 82.5 is considered as India's standard time. Okay, so 0 degree longitude, India is in the 82. So eastern part, east to the GMT. Okay, so if you multiply 82.5 into 4, 82.5 into 4, the answer you get is 330 minutes. Okay, so 330 divided by 60, what will you get? 5 and half hours. 5.5 వస్తుంది అంటే 5.5 hours. So the difference between GMT and Indian Standard Time is 5.5 hours. Is it high or 5.5 hours ahead or 5.5 hours behind? Yeah, 5.5 hours ahead or 5.5 hours behind. See, easy way to remember, whenever sun rises in the east, so eastern parts will see the sunrise first when compared to the western part. So east means always remember plus. East, E, energy, plus. Okay, W, waste, means you have to minus. వాడు మనకు వేస్ట్ అంటే అంత ఏం లాభం లేదని. ఈ ఎనర్జెటిక్ పర్సన్ అంటే మనకి ఎప్పుడు ప్లస్. సో ఈస్ట్ యూ హావ్ టు ప్లస్. సో ఇక్కడ జిఎంటీకి ఇండియాకి టైం ఎంత డిఫరెన్స్? 5.5 hours. ఇండియా గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం కాబట్టి ఈస్టర్న్ సైడ్ లో ఉంది కాబట్టి అహెడ్. సో వీఆర్ 5.5 hours ahead of GMT. We are 5.5 hours ahead of GMT. Okay, so let us calculate here. If it is 11 AM at GMT, if it is 11 AM at GMT, what will be the time in Delhi? What will be the time in Delhi? Yeah, simple thing. If it is 11 AM here, okay, we are ahead, right? This 11 అంటే ఇంకా మనకు ఆల్రెడీ ముందు ఉండిపోయాం, ఎందుకంటే మనకు సన్ రైజ్ అయిపోయింది, తర్వాత ఇక్కడికి వస్తుంది. సో we have to add. So IST is nothing but generally GMT plus 5.5 hours. So GMT లో ఎంత అవుతుందంట? 11 AM, Greenwich Mean Time, లండన్ లో 11 AM. 5.5 hours add చేస్తే time is 4:30 PM. So 4:30 PM is the time in Delhi. Okay, clear? So India is ahead of 5.5 hours ahead of GMT. So GMT is equal to 5.5 hours plus IST. IST is equal to GMT plus 5.5 hours. అదే జనరల్ గా మనం 82.5 degree west లో ఉన్న పాయింట్ ఏదైనా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తే, if you calculate that point, you have to subtract. Why? Because the sunrise takes place here first, then come to west. So ఎప్పుడైనా మనం వెస్ట్ లో ఉన్న లాంగ్వేజ్ ని క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసినప్పుడు you have to minus with GMT. Here when calculating east you have to add plus. Remember. What the point? So how many time zone do you have? One time zone. That is Indian Standard Time Zone. That is 82.5 degree east longitude. 82.5 degree east longitude is our time zone. Okay. Now, but there is a demand in this region. There is a demand in this region, northeast region, that we want to separate time zone, because as I told you, during Britishers period they used to have different time zone, that is Cybergan time, to help the tea cultivators. The problem here is that simple thing. Let's say if it is 6 AM here in general, what will be the time here in the west? 8 AM. Okay, sorry, 6 అయితే sorry, yeah, it is 4 AM. Okay, the point here is to show you the 2 hour difference. So eastern part is always ahead, when you move to west decreasing. So 6 AM అంటే ఇంకా అక్కడ 4 AM. సో ఇండియన్ టైమ్స్ ఆఫీస్ అనుకోండి, ఇండియన్ టైం ఆఫీస్ ఎప్పుడు జనరల్ గా 10 AM అనుకోండి, 10 AM కి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే అనుకోండి ఇండియాలో, ఇక్కడ ఇండియా 10 AM, కానీ టెక్నికలీ మనం 82.5 డిగ్రీలో 10 AM తీసుకుంటే ఇక్కడ 15 hours తక్కువ ఎండింగ్ కి, ఇక్కడ ఏంటి 9 AM, అదే 5 కి క్లోజ్ అయిపోతుంది ఆఫీసెస్. ఇక్కడ ఏముంటుంది ఆల్రెడీ 6 ఉంటుంది. అర్థమవుతుంది మీకు చెప్పింది? డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంటుంది. వీళ్ళకి ఎర్లీగా మార్నింగ్ అవుతుంది, ఎర్లీగా నైట్ అవుతుంది. సో ఎర్లీ మార్నింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు లైట్ వేసుకోవాల్సి వస్తుంది, ఈవినింగ్ కూడా తొందర అయిపోతుంది. సో లైట్ అవర్స్ అనేవి ఎక్కువ వాడాల్సి వస్తుంది. అందుకే వీళ్ళు సెపరేట్ టైమ్ జోన్స్ అడుగుతున్నారు. బట్ స్టిల్ ఈవెన్ టుడే వీ హావ్ ఓన్లీ వన్ టైమ్ జోన్, దట్ ఇస్ 82.5. వాళ్ళ ప్రాబ్లం అర్థమైందా మీకు? ఎర్లీగా ఎర్లీగా సన్సెట్ అవుతుంది ఫ్రమ్ వెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా కంపేర్ టు చూసుకుంటే మెయిన్ ల్యాండ్ ఇండియా. సో వాళ్ళకు డిఫరెన్షియేట్ లాగా ఉంటుంది కదా, మెయిన్ ల్యాండ్ ఇండియాకి మాకు సెపరేట్ టైమ్ జోన్ అడుగుతున్నారు, బట్ మాకు టైమ్ జోన్. బట్ కంట్రీస్ లైక్ రష్యా, దే ఆర్ వెరీ బిగ్, సో దే హావ్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 9 టైమ్ జోన్స్. ఓకే, 11 USSR S12 అంటే 1991 వరకు USSR కి యూనిట్ సోవియట్ యూనియన్ ఉన్నప్పుడు 11. Now you have 9. And for US you have Canada, US you have 6 time zones. But India you only have 1 time. So understood the concept of time zone? So if you have conclusion, once watch the latitude longitude video here. So one longitude is 4 minutes. You know, 82.5 degree is considered as the east longitude is considered Indian and the time zone. Right? It passes through. What are the states it passes through? It passing through UP. Okay. Can you see some part of Madhya Pradesh? Then Chhattisgarh. Okay. Then Odisha, AP, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 states and 1 union territory. ikkada manaki yanam అని ఉంటది. Union territory of Pondicherry. We'll discuss about this. So yanam is the union territory of Pondicherry. So total 5 states and 1 union territory. UP, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. 5 states. IST passes through 5 states. And here there is a place called Mirzapur in UP. So the longitude passes through Mirzapur. Clear? So AP, in AP it is Kankanada, in Odisha it is Koratpur, in Chhattisgarh it is Bikuntapur, MP it is Rewa and Jabalpur, in UP it is Allahabad, Mirzapur and Varanasi, near to this place. Okay? And at a place called Bikuntapur, where Bikuntapur? In Chhattisgarh. So the Tropic of Cancer and IST intersect. Okay? So Bikuntapur coordinate ఏముంటది? ఇప్పుడు కోఆర్డినేట్ ఆఫ్ బికుంటపూర్ చెప్పాలంటే ఏంటి అంటే సింపుల్ 23.5 degree north comma 82.5 degree east. ఇది కోఆర్డినేట్ ఆఫ్ బికుంటపూర్. అంటే రెండు ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ అయ్యేది ఇక్కడ బికుంటపూర్ ఆఫ్ ఛత్తీస్గఢ్ ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ అయితే అని అర్థం. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు మీరు హైదరాబాద్ తీసుకోండి అనుకోండి. హైదరాబాద్ లో ఇక్కడ లొకేషన్ ఏం చూపిస్తుంది? ఇక్కడ ఉన్న లాంగిట్యూడ్స్ ఇప్పుడు 77 లాంగిట్యూడ్ 14 degrees లాటిట్యూడ్స్ చూపిస్తారు. మీరు ఏ ప్లేస్ లో ఉండండి ఆ ప్లేస్ ఇంటరాక్ట్ లాంగిట్యూడ్ దగ్గర ఆ కోఆర్డినేట్స్ చూపిస్తారు మీకు లొకేషన్ లో GPS. లాటిట్యూడ్స్ అండ్ లాంగిట్యూడ్స్ హెల్ప్ us to location under the coordinates of a place. Okay, and latitudes individually help us to understand the climatic region of that place, and longitudes help us to calculate time. Right. So we have already discussed why do we have time, standard time on this to maintain single thing. So USSR had 11, now present Russia has 9, Canada, USA we have 5, 6 time zones likewise. So India has only 1 time zone. See, it is find up outside of GM. You can see in USA, Russia, they have different time zones. Okay, and some of the important points you remember. So general understanding, we'll detail discuss about these aspects in the coming chapters. So how many island groups do we have? Lakshadweep and Andaman. So these are 2 island groups that we have. Okay, and we have discussed that Lakshadweep are coral in origin. Okay, so elevation is very low, so we are close to Maldives. Okay, and Andaman Nicobar Islands, the southernmost tip, that is 66 degrees for 45 minutes is the southernmost point of India. And then India is called subcontinent, right? So India is a South Asian country. So Indian subcontinent అన్నప్పుడు ఇండియాతో పాటు కొన్ని కంట్రీస్ ఉంటాయి. దట్ ఈస్ పాకిస్తాన్, ఆఫ్ఘనిస్తాన్ లేదు, నేపాల్, భూటాన్, బంగ్లాదేశ్, బర్మర్లే, శ్రీలంక అండ్ మాల్దీవ్స్. ఇవన్నిటిని ఏమంటాం? సబ్ కాంటినెంట్ కంట్రీస్. What are they? Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Maldives. These are all subcontinent countries. వీటినే మన సౌత్ ఏషియన్ కంట్రీస్ కూడా అంటాం. ఓకే, దెన్ నెక్స్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్ remember, the tropic of cancer passes through. The tropic of cancer passes through how many states? Tropic of cancer, that is 23 north latitude, passes through India, almost at the center of India, and it passes through 8 states. What are the 8 states? Very important. First thing, so look at this line. Okay, it passes through Gujarat, 1, some part of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, 3, then Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura and Mizoram. So what are the states? Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal and Tripura and Mizoram. Okay, and where the 82.5 degree east longitude and tropic of cancer is intersecting at Bikuntapur. There is a national park located in Sanjay National Park here. Okay, here. Yeah, and you know the latitudinal extent of India. And if you look at here, can you find Kanyakumari here? So Kanyakumari is located on land of 3 seas. One side you have Arabian Sea, here you have Bay of Bengal, and down south you have Indian Ocean. So let's say land of 3 seas is Kanyakumari. Land of 3 seas, Kanyakumari. And if you what is a state? State is a narrow body connecting two large water bodies. So you can remember which India and Sri Lanka are separated by Park Strait. They are separated by Park Strait. Okay, and similarly Lakshadweep and Maldives are separated by which degree channel? Yeah, it is 8 degree. And similarly, we'll discuss about these topics in islands also, just for your information. Andaman and Nicobar group of islands are separated by 10 degree channel. Lakshadweep and Maldives 8 degree channel. Okay, so total how many states do we have? So you have, so to 2014 May, the total number of states were 14 May 2014 June 2nd. New state was formed, that is Telangana. The total number of states were 29 states and 7 union territories. Before that 28 states and 7 union territories. So new state was formed out of Andhra Pradesh. New separated region was Telangana. Then the year 2019, in the 2019 Jammu and Kashmir state was divided. The statehood was removed So total number of states are 28 states and 2 union territories were made. So Jammu Kashmir statehood was removed and it was made into two union territories, Jammu and Ladakh. So total 9 union territories. 2 kada dinki. Then in 2020 January 28 states and in 9 union territories lo Dadra Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. They merged these 2 union territories to 1. So total union territories are now 8. So 8 union territories and 28 states. Okay. So what are the union territories here? Yeah. What are the union territories here? Old ones. We'll first cover the old ones. Chandigarh, joint capital of Punjab and Haryana. 1. New Delhi is a union territory. NCT, National Capital Territory. Okay. Dadra and Nagar Haveli. 3. They were actually 2 back then. Then Puducherry 4. Lakshadweep 5 and Andaman Nicobar 6. Okay. So Chandigarh, New Delhi, Dadra Nagar Haveli, Lakshadweep and Puducherry, Andaman. So Dadra Nagar Haveli were 2. Actually 3 and 7. So there were 7 union territories. When up to 2019. But what happened in 2019? Jammu Kashmir statehood was removed and it was made into 2 union territories. The total 7 plus 2. So total 9. But in 2020, once again, they merged this Andaman and Nicobar. Daman and Dadra and Nagar Haveli into 1. And now we have 8 union territories. Okay. So what are the 8 union territories? Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh, Chandigarh, New Delhi, NCT Delhi, Dadra Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu 5, Puducherry 6, Lakshadweep 7, and Andaman Nicobar Islands 8. So 28 states. Okay. If government wants, then once again they can give statehood to Jammu Kashmir. Now once again number of states will become to 20. So the naming of the states, changing the names of the state, demarcation of states, all these powers are vested with Parliament. Okay. State, yeah, 3 and 4. If they want to form a state, Parliament has to pass the bill. Okay. Kotta state form on Parliament. Then constitutional amendment also. But new territories ni ichchalana తీసుకోవాలని they have to be Parliament. I mean like constitutional amendment చేయాలి. The new state formation constitutional amendment ఏం అవసరం లేదు. It's normal parliamentary procedure. Okay. State ki a bill పంపించచ్చు, but state opinion doesn't matter. So 28 తెలంగాణ స్టేట్ ఫామ్ అయినప్పుడు పోకముందు ఢిల్లీ పార్లమెంట్ ఏపీ అసెంబ్లీకి పంపించింది. They rejected it. But even then Telangana state was formed. Okay. So you have confusion regarding this Puducherry, right? So Puducherry 4 territories, Pondicherry union territories, it has 4 territories. అంటే 4 territories కలిపే union territory. ఏపీ దగ్గర ఉన్నాయి, కాకినాడ దగ్గర ఉన్న యానం, కరైకల్, తమిళనాడు కరైకల్, మాహై in Kerala 3 and Puducherry itself. మొత్తం కలిపి 4 territories కలిపి మనం ఏమంటాం Pondicherry. And union territory స్పెషాలిటీ ఏంటంటే ఢిల్లీ అండ్ Puducherry స్పెషాలిటీ ఏంటి అంటే మిగతా యూనియన్ టెరిటరీస్ అన్నిటికీ లెఫ్టినెంట్ గవర్నర్ ఉంటారు, వాళ్ళే మెయిన్ హెడ్. సో దే ఆర్ కంప్లీట్ అండర్ సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్. బట్ హియర్ ఎన్సిటీ అండ్ Puducherry దే హ్యావ్ అసెంబ్లీ. ఇప్పుడు కేజ్రీవాల్ ఉన్నాడు కదా యూనియన్ టెరిటరీకి, ఢిల్లీకి కదా. సో దానికి సీఎం కూడా ఉంటారు, మిగతా వాటికి అన్నిటికీ లెఫ్టినెంట్ గవర్నర్ కంట్రోల్ ఉంటారు. ఓకే. సో టాపిక్ ఆఫ్ క్యాన్సర్ పర్పస్ టు 8 స్టేట్: గుజరాత్, రాజస్థాన్, మధ్యప్రదేశ్, ఛత్తీస్గఢ్, జార్ఖండ్, West Bengal, Tripura and Mizoram. So total 8. So size of India, 7th largest country. Area is around 32,87,263 square kilometers. So seventh largest country after Russia, Canada, USA, China, Brazil and Australia. Okay. So India's total area accounts for around 2.4%. And world lo 100% area unte 100 acres of land unte dantlo 2.4 ఇండియా. 2.4 ల్యాండ్ ఉంది, కానీ మన పాపులేషన్ ఎంత తెలుసా? వరల్డ్ పాపులేషన్ షేర్ 17.5. ల్యాండ్ ఎంత? 2.4%, బట్ పాపులేషన్ 17.5. సో దట్స్ వై వీ హ్యావ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఆఫ్ పాపులేషన్ డెన్సిటీ ఇన్ ఇట్. అండ్ ది ఇండియాస్ నార్త్ టు సౌత్, నార్త్ నుంచి సౌత్ వరకు కిలోమీటర్స్ చూసుకుంటే 3,240 కిలోమీటర్స్. వెస్ట్ టు ఈస్ట్ అయితే 2,933. సో నార్త్ టు సౌత్ ఎక్కువ. అండ్ తర్వాత ల్యాండ్ బౌండరీ, the land frontier of India is 15,200 kilometers. 15,200 kilometers. మొత్తం ల్యాండ్ బౌండరీ. కోస్టల్ ఎంత మరి? కోస్ట్ ఏరియా ఎంత? విచ్ హాస్ కోస్ట్, సముద్ర తీరం ఉన్న ప్రాంతం 7,516 kilometers. Okay. So it has land frontier of 15,200 kilometers and coastline of 7,516.6 kilometers. Okay, దీంట్లో అండమాన్ నికోబార్ తీసేస్తే 5,420 మెయిన్ ల్యాండ్. అండమాన్ లక్షద్వీప్ తీసేస్తే 5,422 kilometers. Right. So how many states of India have coastline? తొందరగా 9. Okay. వెస్ట్ లో చూస్తే ఫస్ట్ గుజరాత్, మహారాష్ట్ర, గోవా, కర్ణాటక, కేరళ. Okay. 5 on the west. Then 6 Tamil Nadu, Odisha, West Bengal. Total 9 Indian states have coastline. This is basic information. 9 coastal states. Total length 7,516.6 kilometers. If you include Andaman and Lakshadweep. So the state with largest coastline is Gujarat. Gujarat around 1,214 kilometers longest coastline. Then followed by Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. So Andhra Pradesh around 974, Tamil Nadu around 906. So first, second and third coastline. Then maritime boundary. The concept of maritime boundary. This is land boundary for us, right? So according to National Sea Water Ocean Policy, so the area surrounding up to some extent in the ocean water is also considered as our territory. We call it as territorial sea. Territorial sea. So that's why we need to look into this maritime border concept. So from coast to 12 nautical miles. 1 nautical mile is equal to 1.8 kilometers. So 1 nautical mile up to 12 nautical miles. The coast to 12 nautical miles is considered as territorial sea. Complete authority ఉంటుంది ఇందులో. If any ship enters into this region without our permission, we can attack that. That's all, just like our land territory. Okay. Then from there 24 nautical miles. This is called contiguous zone. ఇక్కడ absolute rights ఉండవు మనకు. Economic rights ఉంటాయి. Then exclusive 200 nautical miles ఉన్నదాన్ని EEZ exclusive economic zone. ఇక్కడ ఎక్కువ రైట్స్ ఏమి ఉండవు మనకి. జస్ట్ రీసెర్చ్, బిజినెస్ అంతే. కానీ డైరెక్ట్ గా అబ్సల్యూట్ రైట్స్ ఎక్కడ ఉండేది? టెరిటరీ. ఎప్పటి వరకు? 12 nautical. తర్వాత 24 nautical miles వరకు కాంటిగ్యూస్. 200 nautical miles వరకు ఎక్స్క్లూజివ్ ఎకనామిక్ జోన్. అర్థమైందా? సో లక్కీగా మనకి ఏంటంటే కోస్ట్ ఉంది, కోస్ట్ లో ఉంది. కానీ ఇండియా విషయం అందుకే మనం ఇండియా విషయంలో వన్ ఆఫ్ ది పవర్ఫుల్ నేషన్ మనం. అండ్ లక్కీగా ఇంకో పాయింట్ ఏంటి అంటే మనకి గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఐలాండ్స్ కూడా కొంచెం దూరం ఉండడం వల్ల అండమాన్ ఇది కూడా మన టెరిటరీ కిందకి వస్తుంది. సో స్ట్రాటజిక్ లొకేషన్ అండమాన్ నికోబార్ ఐలాండ్స్ ఇండియా విషయంలో మనకి టువర్డ్స్ సౌత్ చైనా సీకి వెళ్ళాలంటే ఫస్ట్ అండమాన్ రీజన్ నుంచి పాస్ అవ్వాలి. అండమాన్ సీ నుంచి పాస్ అయ్యే ఇండోనేషియా నుంచి ఏం స్టేట్? స్టేట్ ఆఫ్ మలక్కా. స్టేట్ ఆఫ్ మలక్కా కనెక్ట్స్ అండమాన్ సీ అండ్ సౌత్ చైనా సీ. So territorial, India's territorial sea is 12 nautical miles. The question of India has absolute rights here. Then contiguous zone. The area ahead of territorial sea frontier and 24 nautical from the main coastline is contiguous zone. So here you only have India's exercise duty rights related to pollution control and implementation of immigration. Then exclusive economic zone, the nautical region ahead of contiguous zone, 200 nautical miles from the coastline, it is EEZ. So in this region, we have only rights to survey, expert, conservation and research. Absolute rights from the absolute rights eక్కడ ఉంటాయి? Territorial. Excise duty, immigration, contiguous zone. EEZ లో only research, economic purpose. Got it? Right. So you know that we have 28 states and this is the biggest state here. ఏ స్టేట్ పెద్దది? రాజస్థాన్. మనం ఉత్తరప్రదేశ్ అంటాం కానీ ఉత్తరప్రదేశ్ పాపులేషన్ వైజ్ లో పెద్దది. కానీ బిగ్గెస్ట్ ఏంటి? రాజస్థాన్. సెకండ్ మధ్యప్రదేశ్. థర్డ్, fourth Uttar Pradesh. Fifth is Gujarat. Okay, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh and Gujarat. These are the top 5 states. So Telangana is the 11th state in the area. AP 10th. Now we have removed the state, right? Jammu Kashmir ni manam తీసేసాం కదా. యూనియన్ టెరిటరీ ప్లస్ ఇక్కడ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ కూడా డివైడ్ చేసినాం కదా. సో అందుకని ఇక్కడ 8 కాదు. ఫిగర్ ఏంటి అంటే 10 ఉండాలి. 11 ఏముండాలి? తెలంగాణ ఉండాలి. ఈ పైకి వెళ్ళి అండ్ ముందు స్మాలెస్ట్ స్టేట్ గోవా అండ్ సిక్కిం స్మాలెస్ట్. ముందు యూనియన్ టెరిటరీలో బిగ్గెస్ట్ యూనియన్ టెరిటరీ అండమాన్ ఉండే కానీ ఇప్పుడు బిగ్గెస్ట్ యూనియన్ టెరిటరీ ఇస్ లడాక్. ది లార్జెస్ట్ ఇస్ లడాక్ ఫాలోడ్ బై అండమాన్ ఎందుకంటే లడాక్ ఇస్ న్యూలీ ఫార్మ్. స్మాలెస్ట్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ Lakshadweep. Okay, now India and its borders. India and its neighbors. Okay, so India's neighbor. Frontier neighbors అంటే ల్యాండ్ neighbors ఎవరు? ఆఫ్ఘనిస్తాన్, పాకిస్తాన్, చైనా, నేపాల్, భూటాన్, బంగ్లాదేశ్, మయన్మార్. ఓకే, maritime border, Maldives and శ్రీలంక. దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ maritime borders. ఇండోనేషియా దూరం ఉంటుంది, డైరెక్ట్ బార్డరింగ్ ఆఫ్ మెయిన్ ల్యాండ్ కి బార్డర్ కాదు, మెయిన్ ల్యాండ్ కి శ్రీలంక అండ్ మాల్దీవ్స్. మ్యారిటైమ్ అంటే ల్యాండ్ బార్డర్ కాదు, సీ బార్డర్, వాటర్స్ బార్డర్. ఓకే, సో ఇది ఇండియాస్ నేబర్. సో ఇందులో మనం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సిన ఎగ్జామినేషన్ పాయింట్ లో ఏంటి అంటే ఏ స్టేట్ లో లార్జెస్ట్ బౌండరీ ఉంది, ఆ బార్డర్ ఇన్ లైన్ పేరు ఏంటి, డిస్ప్యూట్స్ ఏమైనా డిస్ప్యూట్స్, తర్వాత విచ్ స్టేట్ షేర్ బార్డర్ విత్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ కంట్రీ. సో వాట్ ఇండియన్ స్టేట్ షేర్ బార్డర్ విత్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ కంట్రీ, బంగ్లాదేశ్ తో, చైనాతో, ఇవేంటి అని కాన్స్టెంట్ గా మనకు బార్డర్ ఇష్యూస్ వస్తానే ఉంటాయి న్యూస్ పేపర్ లో. సో యూ టు గెట్ గుడ్ గ్రిప్ ఓవర్ దిస్ ఏరియా. సో Bangladesh ఈస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా. సో Bangladesh share the longest boundary with India. How much it is? 4096 kilometers border ఉంటుంది. And border line between India and Bangladesh is called as Purvachal. Okay, we'll look into the states here. What are the states that share border with Bangladesh? So this is Bangladesh, right? So obviously in 1905 West Bengal and Bangladesh were partition. అవునా? 1. తర్వాత మేఘాలయ, అస్సాం, త్రిపుర అండ్ మిజోరం. సో మనకి 8 స్టేట్స్ లో 3 స్టేట్స్ ఇక్కడే ఉన్నాయి. ట్రాపిక్ ఆఫ్ క్యాన్సర్ పాస్ ఇక్కడ వెస్ట్ బెంగాల్, త్రిపుర అండ్ మిజోరం ఈజీగా గుర్తు పెట్టుకుంటారు. తర్వాత యూ హ్యావ్ టు వర్క్ విత్ అస్సాం అండ్ మేఘాలయ. ఓకే, సో 8 లాంగెస్ట్ బౌండరీ. దెన్ నెక్స్ట్ ఇస్ చైనా. ఇన్ ద నార్త్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా యూ హ్యావ్ చైనా, 3488 kilometers. So the boundary line is called McMahon line. 1914 it was drawn in McMahon. Controversial, one of the most controversial boundary line. We have western frontier, eastern frontier and the central area. So in the west you have Ladakh, west of Jammu Kashmir, no Ladakh, Himachal, Uttarakhand, 1, 2, 3. Central Sikkim, eastern Arunachal Pradesh. ఇక్కడ మనకి disputed area is Tawang region, Tawang Valley, the disputed area between China and India. Generally the geographical it belongs to India, but China believes that it is there, and in their maps it also shows that the Tawang Valley is in part of this region. And in Sikkim, the tri-junction of Bhutan, India and China, there is a place called Doklam issue here, tri-junction. See, China, India and Bhutan, Doklam issue. Okay, and there is always issue here because if you want to enter into northeast India, you have to enter it through the Siliguri corridor. This is called chicken neck, very narrow region. Okay, so if China is able to dominate, then the northeastern region supply of arms and ammunition it can be cut off. So that's why they are constantly creating a problem here. And here in Ladakh region you have a lake called Pangong Lake. So the dispute between India and China. So what are the bordering states? Ladakh, Union Territory, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. What is the boundary line? McMahon line. Then Pakistan. What is the border line? Ratcliffe. Okay, 3323 kilometers. Third highest border. And what are the states here? Obviously Ladakh, Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat. Rajasthan, Punjab and Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. So these which share border with Pakistan. Okay, and we know we have the issue of POK, Pak occupied Kashmir. Okay, and we have a dispute with here in Gujarat, Sar Creek. Creek is a narrow inlet of water, sea water into the inland. Narrow water body ఉంటుంది. ఇక్కడ సర్ క్రీక్ అనేది కూడా disputed area, which is part of Gujarat and Sindh region of Pakistan. Okay. You know, this is the POK. This is Ladakh, this is Jammu Kashmir, and down south you have Rajasthan and Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat. And then you have Nepal. Radolif. It is an open border. Open border అంటే అక్కడ మిలిటరీ ఉండదు. జస్ట్ మీ సెపరేట్ పాస్పోర్ట్ అని తీసుకోవాలి సార్. యూ కెన్ గో టు నేపాల్ అండ్ నేపాల్ పీపుల్ కమ్ టు ఇండియా వితౌట్ వీసా అండ్ ఆల్. సో 5 states నేపాల్తో. ఏంటి 5 states చూడండి. ఉత్తరాఖండ్, ఉత్తరప్రదేశ్. యాక్చువల్ నేపాల్ మ్యారిటైమ్ రిలేషన్షిప్ కూడా ఉంటాయి ఇక్కడ నుంచి. బీహార్ అండ్ వెస్ట్ బెంగాల్. వెస్ట్ బెంగాల్ ఇక్కడ మనకి డార్జిలింగ్, జల్పైగురి డిస్ట్రిక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి. దే ఆల్సో షేర్ బార్డర్ విత్ నేపాల్. సో ఉత్తరాఖండ్, ఉత్తరప్రదేశ్, బీహార్, వెస్ట్ బెంగాల్ అండ్ సిక్కిం. దిస్ స్టేట్స్. సిక్కిం అయితే ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఉంటారు. ఓకే. సో దే హ్యావ్ నేపాల్ హాస్ కల్చరల్ రిలేషన్షిప్ విత్ India, great deep ties. Even today, the Nepali people marry India, Indian people marry Nepal here in the borders. Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal and Sikkim. Open border. But ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళు కూడా కాలాపాని అనే రీజన్ కూడా డిస్ప్యూటెడ్ ఏరియా బిట్వీన్ ఇండియా అండ్ నేపాల్. నెక్స్ట్ Myanmar is called Indo-Burma. So east, far east country, Myanmar. What are the bordering countries here? Northeastern states. Eastern northeastern states. ఏంటి? Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur and Mizoram. So ఇక్కడ Naga Hills, above hills ఉంటాయి. They are bordering part. So Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur and Mizoram. 4 states with Myanmar. Okay. So ఈ రీజన్ లో మనకి ఇన్సర్జెన్సీ యాక్టివిటీస్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి కదా, ఎక్స్ట్రీమిస్ట్ యాక్టివిటీస్. అందుకే మయన్మార్ అనేది షుడ్ బి ఎ గుడ్ అలై ఆఫ్ అస్. స్టేబుల్ ఉంటేనే మనకి ఇక్కడ ఇన్సర్జెన్సీని క్లియర్ చేయగలుగుతాం, తగ్గించగలుగుతాం. సేమ్ బంగ్లాదేశ్ కూడా. బంగ్లాదేశ్ హెల్ప్ ఉంటేనే మనం కంట్రోల్ ఉండదు. ఓకే. బంగ్లాదేశ్ ఇక్కడ ఉంది కాబట్టి ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుంది కాబట్టి ఇట్ వాజ్ బంగ్లాదేశ్ ఇస్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ పాకిస్తాన్. 1972 వార్ తర్వాత బంగ్లాదేశ్ గోట్ సెపరేటెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ పాకిస్తాన్. దెన్ లాస్ట్ భూటాన్, 690 Indo-Bhutan. It's like Nepal also. It is open border. 4 states, and then Afghanistan there are only one, that is Ladakh. I'll show you just a minute. So Bhutan, 4 states. Obviously, first is Sikkim, and here the Jalpaiguri area of West Bengal, Assam, and Arunachal Pradesh. Sikkim, West Bengal, Assam, and Arunachal Pradesh. 4. And then only one thing with Arunachal, that is POK. That is also the Duran line, 106 kilometer. Only one state, that is Ladakh region. This is how the Kashmir lecture. We lost this for Naxai Chinwa, 1962 war. Here POK was lost during Raja Hari Singh. When he was king, he wanted Kashmir to be independent country. So we don't want to like to join with India or Pakistan. But Pakistan illegally with the local tribal people and attacked the Raja Hari Singh territory, and that's how this POK lost. Okay. So immediately knowing this, Raja Hari Singh signed treaty with India. That's how the Article 370 came into picture. That is having special privileges to Jammu Kashmir. Okay. And it was removed. You know that. Okay. So you can the landlocked states. What are landlocked states? Under landlocked means they do not have coastline or borderline. So Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Telangana. Telangana is also a landlocked state. Total 5. Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Telangana, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. So which state has the maximum boundaries? It is Uttar Pradesh. It has almost boundary with 8. Okay. And then can you identify the states having international border with 3 countries? Sikkim, Nepal, Bhutan, China. Very good. Yes. Then Ladakh, China, Pakistan, Afghanistan. Okay. And West Bengal, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh. Okay. Then Arunachal Pradesh, China, Bhutan, Myanmar. Got the point? Yeah, Ladakh we already covered. So Sikkim, Nepal, China, Bhutan. And Arunachal Pradesh, Bihar, Bhutan, China and Myanmar. West Bengal, Nepal, Bhutan and China. Ladakh, China, Afghanistan and Pakistan, right? So about the group of islands, we'll discuss about the islands. Huh? Now borders, they may ask, right? If there is any dispute with that country, then they will definitely ask that. Yeah, Andaman Nicobar Islands, we'll detail discuss about this in islands, and you know that 10-degree channel separates Andaman and Nicobar group of islands, and Port Blair is the capital city, and we have the two volcanic islands, that is Barren Island and Narcondam. We'll discuss this. So we have North Andaman, Middle Andaman, South Andaman, Little Andaman. Great Nicobar, the point Indira Point is the southernmost point, and the Lakshadweep, you know, 10-degree channel separate Andaman and Nicobar group of islands. Then you have Lakshadweep Islands, and you are close to Maldives, and they are separated by 8-degree channel. You know this. Okay. Park Strait separates Sri Lanka and India. Okay. And here you have an island called the bridge connecting India and Sri Lanka. That is, it is called Ram Setu or Adams Bridge. Okay. So Pamban Island is between India and Sri Lanka. So in the Pamban Island you have Rameshwaram, birthplace of APJ Abdul Kalam, and you have Dhanushkodi to Talaimanar, you have this connectivity. So Pamban Island you have Rameshwaram between India and Sri Lanka. Pamban Bridge untadi Kanyakumari. Okay. So you always have issues with a fisherman. ఎందుకంటే మన కామన్ వాటర్ టెరిటరీ ఉంది. సో ఫిషర్మెన్ జనరల్లీ తెలియకుండా క్రాస్ చేసేస్తారు, అక్కడ వాళ్ళు అరెస్ట్ చేస్తారు, వాళ్ళు క్రాస్ అయితే ఇక్కడ సో డిస్ప్యూట్ ఎప్పుడు. అండ్ వీ హ్యావ్ ది ఇష్యూ ఆఫ్ తమిళియన్. డ్యూరింగ్ బ్రిటిషర్స్ పీరియడ్ ది తమిళియన్ పీపుల్ టేకెన్ బై Britishers and